We're rebooting Paw Patrol as a gritty reboot here on My Sketchy Habit. Hello, my name's Patrick, I'm an artist, and welcome to My Sketchy Habit, a place where we draw every day and we don't have to be ashamed because we're art positive, and we think doing art is half the battle. Well, no, that's G.I. Joe. Anyways, we love art. I love seeing your art, and in fact, I have an art gallery where I get to share your art. All you need to do is join the Discord down below, become a member of the Doodle Croodle, and show us what you can do. We would love to see your art. Feel free to join. Nice people are there. We're an art positive community. We just want to have fun with art, and so please join the Doodle Croodle. Share your art. It can be here. For now, I have an image that I drew yesterday based on the vibe of the day. Our art prompt was pumpkin-y. Pumpkin-y. This is what I drew. That was pumpkin-y. I would love to see what you have done. Please join the Discord and share with us. And don't forget, we'll have another prompt at the end of today's video. We have one every day, Monday to Friday. Speaking of video, we are in the middle of our gritty reboot. We started with Chase yesterday, the grizzled detective, and today we're turning our attention to Rubble. What has happened to Rubble? Is he in trouble? Who knows? Let's find out as we draw the gritty reboot of Rubble. Rubble is the construction dog, and he is one of my favorite Paw Patrols, not only because he was my nephew's favorite, and my nephew is the oldest of my nieces and nephews, and so, you know, I sort of fell in love with him because he fell in love with him. I also think that he's just like the most chill, right? Like, he likes a good time, and he likes to eat, and that's pretty great. And so I've tried to imagine what he would become in a gritty world, and I think Rubble, out of all of them, would probably just continue to do construction and be a pretty chill, laid-back guy. And so basically I wanted to go with construction dog, but like grown up and, you know, gotten a little wider, gotten a little, you know, bigger, and, you know, he takes the world as he can see it. It's not his place to figure this out. And so you can see we got our basic pose here. I drew in some stuff. Now it's time for us to try to get that Rubble-esque vibe. This took a little bit of time. I think Rubble's a bulldog, if I remember correctly, and trying to get sort of an anthropomorphized bulldog face required a little bit of energy on my part to try to figure out, would he be sort of scowly, as you can see the furrow-browed here, or would he sort of push up to, you know, be bright-eyed and wide-eyed? He, of course, needs to have like a construction helmet on because he works construction. He's also going to be wearing a tool belt and high-vis vest, I think, if everything works out the way I want it to. So you can see I didn't love that, so we tried again here. I decided to go for that big bottom jaw, which really defines a bulldog and defined Rubble, I think, as well on the show. And I think that really does a better job of getting to Rubble. And then I gave him sort of, you know, smaller eyes, separated, and I really liked that. I'm a sucker for drawing eyes that are like far and away. We're still experimenting here. I think we end up going with the side eyes that are far away. Here's a bit, you know, Neanderthalic. That's not quite what we want. So we try again, and I think the wide eyes ultimately win out. I think we give him the sort of under eye baggage first. Oh no, that's a sad, tired eye. Yeah, there we go. And so he's a little bit playful, but he's a little bit tired. He's something. And I love a good far apart eye, like I said. And we make them even smaller. And we land somewhere that makes me quite happy. I'm a sucker for tiny little eyes on a big old body. And this is definitely what we get here with Rubble. And so we're going to refix a few bits of the face, build in that hat, find and locate the best places for the eyes, and we're off to the races for our Rubble. I often wondered if there was like other forces where dogs like served. So like maybe, you know, we've got the dogs doing construction and police officering and lifeguarding and all those things. Do dogs do other stuff in the Paw Patrol world? Is there like a dog receptionist? Is there like a dog CEO running a Fortune 500 company? Who knows? You know, dogs are people too in the Paw Patrol world. And so they can definitely have jobs. We drew dogs with jobs the other day, actually. Mine was a lawnmower dog. All right, we're getting in here with the body. There's going to be some work done to nudge this body. So my original sketch is a little bit low in the lower half of the body. Like the legs are very short and the middle is very mid. And so to get the vibe that I want, we're gonna actually nudge this a little bit using our liquefy tool. Sort of pull up the body and tighten the torso, giving him longer legs. That I think really works out for the vibe I am going for with this character. You can see we're getting the details of our high vis jacket on here. Gotta have the viz. Gotta have the viz. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying in these videos, and so I appreciate your patience with me as I figure stuff out. I think we're ready for our line art. But first, it is game time, and this week we're playing Blob Job. That's right, I have a blob, I'm gonna turn it into something. You have a job to guess what it is. Can you figure out the Blob Job before the Blob Job time is up? Maybe. And now it's time for us to work on our line art. I think the squishing I was talking about earlier is going to happen during this phase, just because I'm not overly happy with the body shape as it is. But we start building in the forms, and I do really like the way this happy-go-lucky dog looks here in our gritty reboot. He is the one source of light, I think, in this world, at least as of yet. And he is ready to just build stuff and maybe just, you know, wants to avoid the problems that the Paw Patrol created and just go about his day. And, you know, all power to him for doing that. You know, we're not here to force him to reconcile the past. If he wants to live a good life, forget the crimes of the Paw Patrol and the mayor, that's fine by me. It's not fine by Chase, I presume, who is deep on the hunt and wants support from his old team members. But I don't know if Rubble's gonna do it. He's more of a get stuff done kind of pup, not a dive into conspiracy theories kind of pup. So yeah, we're getting this body shape in here, and this is where I'm going to start nudging and moving and adjusting things, because I realize that I don't love the body as it is. I realize there's something wrong with the form. I think it would work like this, but it's not quite what I was going for. And so I'm going to put these little tool markers in here, get the high vis, and then we're going to use the liquefy tool, and we're going to just that body straight up. We're going to it up and hopefully come up with something that we're really happy with. I noticed here that my lines were backwards, so I drew the high vis going around, and then I drew the shape of the lines going up. It should go around with the body. Really important to figure out when you're drawing something. We'll get these lines on here, and I think we're putting up a rubble. He's a good boy. It's time for the dad joke, bad joke. My dad sends me a joke on WhatsApp. I collect it, I share it with you. And today we've got another dog joke, and it is this. Why did the two-legged dog come to an abrupt halt? Why did the two-legged dog come to an abrupt halt? It had two paws. It had two paws. It had two paws. Why did the two-legged dog come to a halt? It had two paws. The dad joke, bad joke. And with that, we are working on our Rubble, getting some color in here. I realized that he has like hands and eyes that have different colors, so I added in some extra lines just so that we can get those colors in properly. We're working with that beige and that sort of orangish color. Again, we're sort of desaturizing these characters because they live in a gritty world now. Although Rubble is still quite positive, so he has a little bit more brightness than, say, Chase did. But we are still sort of desaturizing them a bit, just so that we can give them their own sort of vibe. We're using the colors from Rubble, of course, both in his outfit and in his general fur tones. And yeah, I really do like this Rubble. He makes me smile a lot. He's got a weird sort of funky pose, and that's okay by me. He just wants to get his job done, and he works real hard to do that. Yeah, I think once we drop in a bunch of these colors here, we'll be just about done our Rubble. All we need to do is get some shadows on here and some highlights, and yeah, it's fun getting into Rubble art. Let me show you the final reveal of our Rubble. And that's gonna be our Rubble for today. I really like how Rubble turned out. It turns out Rubble's kind of happy, even if maybe he's, you know, ignoring the dangers of his world. Oh well. I think he turned out really cool. I like the way this body shape turned out for this anthropomorphic dog being. And yeah, I think it turned out really fun. Speaking of sharing art and enjoying art, we have an art gallery where I love to share your art. Come join the Discord, become a member of the Doodle Croodle. We would be happy to have you join the Doodle Croodle and show us what you can doodle. There's a lot of lulz in my world. But yeah, we have a prompt every single day to help us inspire the art that we're working on. Today, the prompt is latte. It's a vibe. What does latte mean to you? You can draw a latte. You can draw something that is latte-ish. You can use colors that are latte related. Who knows? Come up with an idea. Share your art. I would love to share it here in the art gallery. Also, the Discord is made up of nice people who are art positive and really just want to encourage you as you enjoy your art. That's going to be it for today. Let me remind you of the one rule of my sketchy habit, which is really our sketchy habit, which is don't tell anyone about our sketchy habit. That's between you and me. Thanks for being here, friends. Keep being awesome. Bye.